Hi, everybody. Are you guys excited to kick off Thank You Economy? I am super, super excited. Okay, so first things I want to do is say hi to everybody who's joining us live in the chat and on Twitter. Remember, you guys can use the hashtag Thank You Economy to share your thoughts, or you can share them in the chat. But be sure to do one of those things because I'm keeping an eye on both so that I can feature as many of you as possible. And a little bit later, I'm going to be asking the first question. So I would love to feature your answers right here because this is going to go up on YouTube later. And then that's really cool. And yeah. And remember, this is all about networking. So connect with each other as well as with me. The chattier, the better. All right. Okay. So let's get started. First thing I want to talk about is how well, first, I guess I should tell you all who I am. I just assumed you all know who I am. I am the Stacey Harris, so you can find me on Twitter at the Stacey Harris, or just on the interwebs at thestaceyharris.com. I am a social media consultant, and I do one-on-one coaching with clients to how to shift from social media marketing to social media networking, which ties in really well to the thank you economy. Because in today's marketplace, it's really more about relationships than like closing the deal. Okay. So we'll talk more about that as over the next 6 weeks in the Bootstrap Book Club and sort of Gary Vaynerchuk's philosophy on it, which magically enough is similar to my philosophy. So first things first, let's talk about how we got the Thank You Economy as our book choice. I don't even remember now. I want to say it was like 4 weeks ago. Jen and I co-hosted a Hot Topics show, which was awesome. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check out the recording because it's really good stuff. And there's two of them now, but the one I'm talking about is from the first one we did. And we talked about a keynote that Gary Vaynerchuk did. And I had followed him a little bit, but I had never really read his stuff. So I listened to the keynote and I was like, this is genius. I have to read his books. So I picked up The Thank You Economy and like absorbed it as quickly as possible. And then it came time to vote for our next book. So in the Bootstrap Book Club. And I put it in, hey, how about we read? And then I took advantage of my ability to be on YFE chat every Thursday with Jen to say, hey guys, vote for this one. Campaigning for Thank You Economy, if you will. And we won, guys. We won. So now we are reading the Thank You Economy in Bootstrap Book Club for the next 6 weeks. And I think Jen might put up the infographic that has the breakdown somewhere around here or over my face. I don't know. So you can get an idea of what the next 6 weeks are going to look like. I believe 6 weeks is one of the longest that we've done as far as like how long we've read a book, but don't worry about that. It doesn't mean it's a really crazy long book. Also, we are going to focus in on the questions, or I'm going to focus in on asking questions that are super actionable. So I want to challenge all of you to take the next 6 weeks while you're reading this book to really take action on what you learn in the book, because times are not changing, times have changed. So let's take immediate action on everything. So in a minute, I'm going to ask the first question, and it's all going to be about action. So be ready to share your thoughts and then do something with your thoughts. All right? All right. Okay. If you don't have the book yet, you can get a free Audible version at audibletrial.com/Ovali. That trial also helps out YFE and supports Bootstrap Book Club. So that is a really good way to grab your copy. Also, listening to it is really cool. I have the Kindle version. As you can see, I brought my Kindle so you can all see it. And I'm actually thinking about getting the Audible version too because he does it, and I really like when authors read their own books for the audio version, so I might get it. So if you have the Audible version and you've listened to it already, be sure to share your thoughts on that in the chat and over on Twitter at the hashtag Thank You Economy. Speaking of hashtags, I am full of information and excitement. So if I'm going too fast, like hit the chat and be like, slow down, Stacey. Your excitement is overwhelming for 9 a.m. Although it's not 9 a.m. for all of you. So Get over it. Also, hold on, Little Mermaid coffee cup. Delicious. I'm drinking tea this morning, so no coffee for me. I don't do caffeine. Okay. Although I did avoid mimosas, it is a little weird to be in a YFE at yfelive.com and not drinking wine, but I thought 9 a.m., a little early. So join me on Thursday when I co-host with Jen, and there'll be wine then, I assure you. um, okay, back to the hashtag. As you guys are getting your Ashley says it's never too early. I like the way Ashley thinks. As you guys are reading your books or reading on your Kindle or listening to the audio version, be sure to Instagram you reading or the book or your phone or whatever, and share it with us on Instagram at the hashtag Thank You Economy. See how it's the same hashtag? Works out nicely. So be sure to share that with everybody else because again, that's a really great way to network and also find other YFEs to connect with on Instagram and Twitter. That's the power of the hashtag, is so you guys can all connect with each other. What else did I want to tell you guys before we dived? Also, why don't you guys Instagram your shots now of you guys watching this? So maybe a little bit later in the show, we can feature some of your awesome Instagram shots of your lovely faces and or your lovely books. I like faces. Or your coffee, or if you're Ashley, your wine, because she has to represent the wine time. Yes, so be sure to tag your Instagrams and your tweets with Thank You Economy. And that's not just for today. Go ahead and do it throughout the 6 weeks so that we can retweet and share. And maybe if I could talk Jen into sharing some of them during YFE chat on Thursday nights when we talk about Bootstrap Book Club, maybe we can share some of them there. Because as you guys know, Jen and YFE are all about sharing and promoting and letting people know about as many of you as possible so that we can all connect and get to know each other and grow our businesses together, because really that's what this is all about. So I'm going to dive right in right now and do something a little weird. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know what the question for the first question is right now. That way, you guys have time to answer it and I have time to share your answers. So, are you ready? The first week, we're talking about the first chapter, which is a little bit longer, but not really that long. But it talks a lot about the caring and the heart behind doing all of this. One of the subheadings is when caring met business. Basically taking your social media thoughts back to an older time, a time when it was a small town and everything was word of mouth, and you all sort of went to, the main square in town, and you shared with each other and you talked with each other and you got to know each other. Well, Gary Vaynerchuk says that basically social media is our town square. It is our main point where we all come together and we talk to each other. So to really maximize social media, we have to come from a place of caring, not selling, which I totally agree with. So the first question, which is again totally actionable, is I want you to think of one way in your business you can shift right now from selling to caring. So maybe that's being more generous with your content. Maybe that is having a 15-minute free consult call that it happens before the coaching, where you don't make a sales pitch. You genuinely talk to the person and give them some answers and try to solve as much as you can in 15 minutes. This is something I've done in the past. It's worked really well. But coming from that place of caring, coming from that place of not trying to close the deal, but genuinely share your knowledge and information with your peeps. So question number one, again, for those of you who missed it, because I did sort of a rambly version of it, is how can you care first instead of sell first? So we're shifting from selling to caring and sharing. So hit the chat, hit the tweets, and let me know. If you're watching a recording of this, be sure to tweet out your answers at YFV, or I'm sorry, at the Thank You Economy hashtag, or leave them under the video, or or you can go over to Bootstrap Book Club and answer it there. But it's even cooler if you answer it here so we can share it. All right, so that's question one. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to answer it, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the next 6 weeks are going to lay out. For the first 8 questions, including this one I just asked, there'll be 1 question per chapter. Again, all of the questions will be totally actionable. These are going to be things that you are going to give you an idea, spark an idea, and then you can implement. You can take and put in place, because that's really what's going to be key for these next 6 weeks, is taking action. And then the 9th and 10th question, we're actually going to take some of the case studies that are in the book and we're going to break them down, and we're going to talk about how we can implement some of those ideas. And then our final 2 questions are going to be from part 5 of the book. And again, those are going to be totally actionable. So in addition to coming into Bootstrap Book Club every Tuesday and Saturday and answering these questions, I want you to come back in after you implement some of those ideas and let us know what changes are taking place. How are those changes impacting your business? How are those changes just impacting the way you feel about your business or the way your community feels about your business? So be sure to answer those questions every Tuesday and Saturday, and then take action on them. That's really the most important part. So for those of you who are just joining us, I want to let you know what the first question is one more time. It's how can you care first instead of sell first? So what can you shift in your business so that you are really coming from a place of caring about your business, about your community, instead of just trying to sell a product or service and close the deal, so to speak. While I wait for answers, I do have one other really cool thing to do. I, as most of you know, just shifted a little bit my domain name and my Facebook page away from Hit the Mic Marketing to the Stacey Harris. So to help launch my page, I decided to do a little bit of a giveaway, sort of tied into Bootstrap Book Club, and I am giving away a copy of the Thank You Economy. So the winner, there's just one, had to like my page. So they did that. And so our winner is Renee Diaz of Faith, Hope, and Health. She is really cool. We've been connected for a while. I'm really excited for her to read the book because I think she can implement it really well. If she's not here, which I don't think she is, I will be sending her a message and letting her know she won. So be sure to head over to her Facebook page, which is facebook.com/faith, hope, and health, and let her know congratulations for winning a copy of The Thank You Economy by Gary Vaynerchuk. I am really excited to be sharing this message and this book with somebody because I think it can be really amazing. All right. Melissa Penton said, I just rolled out a new e-course and I just realized today that I've been totally caught up in selling and not sharing at all. Boo, shifting that today. I want to say huge congratulations on launching a new e-course. That's awesome. First of all, Melissa, it's really cool. And I think it's really easy to get caught up in that. I know I recently launched a course for Facebook marketing, and I totally got caught up in that. I totally got caught up in like converting and sales and, making those numbers. And I kind of forgot why I do what I do. And that's just to share these really cool tools with people who don't necessarily get them or understand their value or how to use them effectively. And I found when I shifted away from that and I shifted back into just sharing information and encouraging my community and doing that sort of stuff and being excited about it, I magically started selling more of the course. It was very strange how it worked. So yeah, let us know later after you've made this shift over in Bootstrap Book Club how that change has affected your sales, because I think it will probably lead to more. Let's see, Christina Breeze. I love featuring how women entrepreneurs are making money while making a difference. It helps them and it helps my community. Christina, that's a really, really great point. When you can feature other people and showcase these big impacts people are having in the world, I really love it because you sort of encourage other people to make really big impacts in the world. And so it just spreads. There was a commercial, an insurance company commercial, a couple of years ago. And I can't for the life of me remember what the insurance company was, but they would see somebody, I think it was Liberty Mutual. They would see somebody do something nice, and then they would do something nice. And then that person would see somebody, you know what I mean? And it's just this chain effect, this domino effect. So I think when we share the good things we're doing and we share our information, and it makes other people share things, and it makes the whole world a better place. All right. So does anybody else have an answer to that first question? Or Instagram shots of their coffee or tea, whatever they might be drinking, or wine for Ashley. She's in London and she gets to drink wine. I'm jealous. Awesome. Let's see. Anybody else have answers? Ashley, it's delicious. Well, it's not nice to brag, Ashley. I'm just going to drink my tea and pretend it's wine. Not the same. Okay. To share a little bit about my answer to question one, because I don't really think it's fair for me to have you guys answer it and me not answer it. My shift is all about sharing really great content. So I have always really prided myself on sharing quality content that doesn't necessarily come from a place of trying to convert you to anything. But I'm trying to find new ways to do that. So I will be diversifying my content a little bit, actually this month. And so I'll be, instead of doing just a blog post, I'll also be doing a podcast, so that I can really serve people in different ways. And I can also help people who maybe want to hear that information in a different way. And also I can feature other entrepreneurs, who are doing really great things and building really amazing communities. All right, so let's see. Do we have any? Oh, thanks, Melissa. November. I'm sure I'll tell you guys all about it when it happens. Girl Talk Startup. I'm sorry, Girl Talk Startup. I can never remember what your first name is, so we're just going to go with your Twitter handle. But I'm really excited you're here. Thank you. This is my awesome, awesome Little Mermaid mug. I'm very excited about it. I love Little Mermaid. Also, Little Mermaid re-released on DVD today. You're welcome, Disney. Alrighty. Oh, Tiff Silverberg's here. Hi, Tiffany. Super exciting podcast. Yes. So that's sort of my way. Girl Talk Startup name is Candy. Thank you, Candy. I'm very excited that you're here. That's my way of diversifying my content so I can serve more people and share my information with more people, which I think is really, really important. So if we don't have any more answers, do we have any more answers? Come on, guys. Tiff Silverberg says, you need a copywriter on that podcast with you. I do, actually, because I am not a copywriter. Send me an email. We'll talk. We'll schedule, because I'm scheduling interviews right now. So if anybody wants to be on the show, drop me a note and we'll figure out a time. I feel like this became a whole big commercial for my podcast. I am sorry. So before we wrap it up, because we've only got about 10 minutes left, I do want to remind everybody that can pick up an Audible version of the book at audibletrial.com/Ovaleye. And that helps YFE as well as you, because you get a free copy of the book. Also, be sure to share your Instagram and your tweets and your thoughts and your photos and everything at Thank You Economy for the next 6 weeks, because we will be featuring, or I'll be retweeting at least. I don't know. I would love to connect with you that way. Keep an eye out in the Facebook group on Tuesdays and Saturdays for the questions. And then after you answer the questions, take action. It's all about taking action this next 6 weeks. That's going to be our theme. Thank You Economy action. All right. So I really want to see you guys implement these things. Tiffany Silverberg says, can't wait to reread. It's one of my favorite books. It's one of my favorite books too. Since starting my business a few years ago now, I've read a lot of business books, and it's one of my favorites too. It's right up there with Pumpkin Plan, I think, which was also a Bootstrap Book Club book, I believe. So it's good stuff. Um, yeah, so I really want to see you guys taking action from all of this and implementing. And so be sure to share the results you find from making those changes and taking that action in Bootstrap Book Club, because then you're doing an even better thing. You're encouraging other people to really implement this as well, and we can just make the world a better place. Glitz and Glam Bag. First time listening in. Invite just came up on Facebook when I logged in the UK and will be following with interest. Well, welcome. I'm very excited that you're listening in for the first time. You can also drink wine right now because you're in the UK, like Ashley. Darn morning here. I always really like when we have first timers. So be sure to join us again on Thursday night for YFE chat, or Wednesday. I cannot remember what time it's out on Wednesday, but for YFE Vegas Tech. But if you go to youngfemaleentrepreneurs.com, you can find out all the show information, and there's lots of cool times to listen in. So we hope to see you again, because we really, really get excited when we have first timers. Do we have any other first timers today? Bueller. My tea is getting cold. Ugh. All right. Well, it doesn't look like we have any more answers. Again, big congratulations to Renee Diaz of Faith, Hope, and Health. I am super excited to be giving you a free copy of the Thank You Economy. Felicia Burns is also a first timer. Welcome, Felicia. I'm super excited for the first timers. Yay. All right, so first timers and not first timers. Remember what we're going to be doing in the next 6 weeks. We're going to be reading the book, we're going to be following along in the book club, and even more importantly, we're going to be taking action on the things we learn, because the Thank You Economy is here, for sure. I mean, this book is a couple years old, and it was here then. So it's really, really here now. And I can tell you, just from my perspective, having implemented some of the things that I read in the book, and also having done a lot of the things I read in the book before I read the book, it really can change the way you look at your business. The Facebook page of the winner, Melissa Penton, is facebook.com/ let me double check, / Faith, Hope, and Health. So facebook.com / Faith, Hope, and Health. And her name is Renee Diaz, and I'm very, very excited to be giving her a free copy of the book. So be sure to give her a big congratulations. Oh, Scotland, just outside of Glasgow. Glitz and Glam Bag is from Scotland, which is cool. So again, guys, thank you for joining me. I am so excited to have you guys on this adventure with me in the next 6 weeks. If you want to connect with me directly, you can do that at thestaceyharris.com, or on Twitter at @thestaceyharris, or on Facebook at facebook.com / the Stacey Harris. But what I really want to encourage you guys to take action on today is head over to Bootstrap Book Club, where I'll be posting a question in just a little bit, and leave your answer there. Then take action on it, and be sure to connect with each other, because this is always all about the networking and all about the connections you can make. This is a fantastic community, so be sure to take advantage of it and really get to know one another. So I think that's all I have for today. I'm very excited. Thank you guys again for joining me, and I will see you guys on Thursday at 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern for YFE chat.